Today we're going to talk about service temperature in sake. Sake is amazing for this. We can play to different temperature to get different sake. That's unique in a beverage world. So in this case, we're going to use a junmai, rice polishing 70 degrees, in yanai method. So just to remember, that's the traditional method where acid lactic is created naturally to get something more powerful, and Miyagi B3 yeast. For the yeast, we got one 10 degrees. This one is the same at 20 degrees, and this one at 45 degrees. We get a nose really fresh, more on vegetal part, little bit of coriander, little bit of herbs, fresh herbs. In mouth, something really well balanced, always with fresh and verticality in mouth, with a long aftertaste, playing on acidity, and a little bit of bitterness at the end. So remember me a little bit the watermelon bitterness when you are near the skin of watermelon. 20 degrees, we get a huge difference. It's really more lactic, almond milk, the huge change is on texture in mouth. We are playing more opulent, more full-bodied. We get something always playing with bitterness, but the bitterness is going to be a little bit more almonds bitterness, a little bit nuts bitterness, and less fresh. .45, we are going more in rice, cooking rice, fermentation. And the mouth. That's really funny because we don't feel more the alcohol. We can think we go high in temperature, so we're gonna feel more alcohol, and that's absolutely not true. Always, because in my point of view, we get a little bit more sweetness in this case, and sweetness balance the alcohol. And of course, higher in temperature, we get more umami notes. So at the end of the mouth, we get this amazing umami playing with our mouth, our tongue. And we go back really more lactic, really more strong, and we lost this vegetal part. So that's really three different sake, but just for temperature. So in a restaurant, if we are playing with this could be really interesting to make different pairing with the same sake. So that means here looking for something more fresh, maybe some fresh oyster or ceviche. That's really tendance or a big trend now. So with maybe some coriander or fresh herb or basilic, that could be interesting. Second one, some scallops. I really love scallop for the texture and the lactone nuts you got inside, so why not to take some scallop, we grill it, and at the end, to play with the bitterness, some zest of fresh orange on the top or comfy, and like this we're gonna give some peps on the dish, and I'm pretty sure the texture is gonna pair so well with this. I'm living in Spain, so maybe some Iberic ham. You know, it's really fatty. We talk about this fermentation also a little bit nuts. This nuts at the end, so I'm pretty sure the texture you got here gonna pair so well with the fat part of the Iberic ham to play both together. I like to say like sake is amazing because when you are pairing, it's not fighting the pairing. It's always going really politely with the dish. It's a really polite dish, like the Japanese people. So, and the last one, more powerful, so I'm maybe going with old cheese, old Gouda, or old creamy dish, just to pair both together. You know, in old cheese, usually it's really sticky on mouth, it's a little bit dry, so you need this, and it's really more opulent in mouth, long term, so they're gonna play together for a long time in mouth. So that could be really interesting. Thank you so much. I have some Iberic ham and sake. Cheers.